everybody, this is me Z here and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be recreating an old drawing of mine, but this isn't any redraw video. This video is a little bit different than the other redraw videos you guys have seen on the channel. And if you find yourself curious as to what type of redraw video this is, then make sure you stick to the end so that you can find out for yourself. Okay. So without wasting any more time, let's get this show on the road. As we near the end of 2025, I decided to do a little something which I call a year in review. A year in review in what exactly? In art. For this little made-up challenge of mine, I created a drawing all the way back in January and left it in my gallery for almost an entire year. I promised myself that I would recreate this drawing in December so that I can take a look at how far I have come and what more I have learned throughout my art journey. It's not exactly a fully illustrated drawing, but more of a colored sketch because I guess colored sketches are my specialty now. The character I am working on for today's video is my original character RA, with whom you guys are pretty familiar now, given that I draw her all the time and she's basically the main mascot of the channel now. She's part human, part dragon, or what you call a demi-human. Given that I haven't told you guys much about her, I definitely aim to work more on her backstory in 2026 and hopefully build up more of her character, share more information with you guys, and just the backstory on how she came to be. As I started working on the sketch, I made use of the felt tip pen with no particular goal in mind because this was meant to be a practice sketch for the most part, but I ended up using just about every single brain cell in my brain. Most of the drawings you guys have seen on the channel are made in my more cartoony art style, while in the background, I am actually working towards achieving a semi-realistic art style, even if the characters end up looking really weird towards the end of the drawing. Anyways, for this particular sketch, I used up whatever knowledge I had on semi-realistic art, and because this is semi-realistic art we're talking about, I had a reference opened right next to me to aid in constructing the face, making out the lighting, facial expressions. But what I did as well was, after I laid down some of the basic guidelines for the sketch, I made use of the blur tool to give the sketch a more 3D effect, to add in depth and make the overall sketch look more alive. I also had a lot of fun working on the hair. If there is one aspect of drawing I improved in within 2025, it would definitely be the hair. Not only drawing the hair itself, but rendering it and being able to make them pop out more. While I still had a lot of fun working on this colored sketch of my original character, I still faced difficulty given how out of touch I had been with semi-realistic art as a standalone. However, I was heavily surprised when I realized that I had created this drawing without using a proper guide or base and just filled in everything which came to my head. I must have been eating something real good at the start of the year. So, once the sketch was finally done, I added in another layer and set it to add so that I can add in a bunch of highlights to, again, make my colored sketch pop out a little bit more. Not only that, I had also copied my sketch, duplicated it onto another layer, and set that copied layer to multiply to make my sketch look a little bit sharper. A little bit towards the end, I also made use of the liquify tool to fix my character's facial expression because her left eye was looking a little bit funny, but I assure you, it looks just fine in the final result. Here is the first finished piece of my original character RA whom I drew back in January. Now, it is time to work on this month's version. And so I began working on the newer version of the drawing with a customizable pen I made a while back because I was attempting to create my own blending brush, but I ended up with something completely different. So instead of getting rid of it, I decided to use it for my sketching. And the sketching itself turned out to look really nice towards the end. So right now, I am using the symmetry tool to somewhat replicate the original drawing, but for some reason I faced a bit of difficulty as I was trying to do so. You see, I had gotten art block for quite some time, and because of that, I barely drew anything throughout the past few weeks. After failing to draw the eyes after multiple attempts, I eventually moved on to working on the hair because the eyes were looking a little bit funny when I first mapped them out. So I figured that instead of stalling around and wasting my time, I should go and work on the hair like I stated. I went for the simple side part style, but lately I've been wanting to give my OC a small redesign. That is also under progress, and I hope to show that to you all very soon. A small fun fact about my OC is that I still haven't given her a proper backstory. Okay, hear me out. I had like 3 backstories planned out for her, but because of my own indecisiveness, I wasn't able to give her a proper backstory. There's so much to choose from, and every time I sit down to decide what her official canon backstory should be, I just get stuck considering the possibilities because while I want her backstory to be cool, I also want to add in a little bit of angst and how she works through her trauma, her fears to become the person she is today, emotionally strong, emotionally tough and all. But again, she does have her days where she isn't doing the best mentally and takes time for herself. So kind of like a character development and character growth type of backstory, hopefully. While the previous version of the same drawing had a sort of messier feel to it, I turned this one into a much cleaner one. I went around the sketch and erased the lines which appeared out of place to give the sketch a polished look. I really liked how it turned out because it allowed me to fill in the colors a little bit better as I did so. Drawing her face gave me a little bit difficulty as well, considering I am still not good at anatomy, okay? I am getting there. The nose gave me trouble. The eyes didn't really give me that much trouble. I actually love how her eyelashes and eye shape look now.